this know-it-all. You never take my calls, no need to be afraid. I won't change the plans you made. You're right, and I'm wrong, know-it-all. You're just a lonely girl, live inside the lines. Sound like a metronome, you keep perfect time. But you can't be free systematically. But you're right, and I'm wrong, know-it-all.
Sean McCann there. He is in Kingston tonight. He'll be performing at Chalmers United Church. Love this guy. Ex of Great Big Sea. We talked a little bit about Great Big Sea a little while ago. Let's
Good
move
band,
on.
I'm a huge fan.
Talk about
They're almost as good as the Hip.
talk about the Hip. We're in
They're there.
Kingston.
They're
Yep.
right here.
They're in the frame. Some of the boys are probably watching.
They're always watching.
You've opened up for them before.
Yeah.
You've hung out with the guys from the Hip before.
Great gentlemen of rock and roll. Proud to have them as Canadian rockers. We had the pleasure of playing with them many times, and there was one time we went to their show. We were in Chicago, and there was a day off, so we went to see the Hip at the House of Blues, which is a great venue. And we advanced the show saying, "We're coming, can we get in?" And all we expected was just tickets, you know. We showed up, and there was we were taken from the front door into our dressing room, where they had Great Big Sea's dressing room, even though we weren't on stage or had nothing to do with the show. And in our dressing room was our full rider, which consisted of 48 beer, two bottles of red, 2 bottles of white, a bottle of scotch, and a bottle of rum.
For some Newfoundlanders, that's not enough, though.
No.
You needed more.
No, we complained it wasn't enough. But it was, the gesture was appreciated. That was very classy for someone to be that thoughtful, and to do that was mind-blowing to us.
They are good guys. The band is no longer, Great Big Sea is no longer together. A different dynamic now. You're not touring with guys as a collective unit anymore. You're not answering to anyone with a solo record. A totally different world.
It's a do-it-yourself world, but part of the issues with being in the band, I think I got tired of having this conversation, the same conversation for 10 years about what to do next when the record company the business had changed so much.
Oh my God, yeah. And
the music the business, in my opinion, is in a state of correction, and I believe in a state of denial. And I know a bit about denial because I was in a big state of denial about my own drinking problem for so long. But when I sobered up, I really guys, we are wasting our time trying to sell the last CD in the last Walmart. Let's change the conversation and have a real one, an authentic, real one. Even if it hurts a bit, the truth might hurt a bit, but deal with it. And anyway, this is my kind of idea. I think that part of the problem with the music business is that we're not offering something of quality, something with love in it. So I went and, broke all the financial rules and spent my money, and not funded in any way, but I made this book. And my idea is that if I make a book that's beautiful and put the lyrics in it and make the songs as best as I can and as sincere as I can, people will want to sing them. And they'll have something to sing with. And I think that to me, that's just something worth having. It's worth, and I only sell them at shows, so you got to come to the show to get them.
Right.
So I'm trying to bring it back to what's real, and what's real is the show. You can't download the show. You can, on your phone or whatever, but it's not the same as being at the show. And if we lose that, we lose it all.
It's scary. I don't know how many bands that I have coming in here. Bands that have been around for a while too. Almost don't know where to turn anymore.
Yeah, it's not, the answers are not easy, Bill, I don't think, but I think that pretending that there's not a problem is not the answer. Again, I know a little bit about pretending that I don't have a problem. I just saw the parallels there. But I think that there's great music being written. Under duress, music will survive. Music, for me, is my religion, man. It saved my life.
Well, you're Catholic first.
Well, I didn't do well there. I wasn't good at that. I'm in the United Church tonight. We'll see how that goes. I might be zapped. But when I went through my changes and faced my own truths, it was my guitar that I reached for to make sense of it all. And I know that a song can save your life because it saved mine. And I've been working with people with addiction issues and mental health issues, and I always bring my guitar, and it's amazing the physical effect that a song can have on you. And that's why I think live is so important, like live shows. You can't get that effect from a television screen. You can't. You know that, and I know that. But I think as a society, my kids, I went into my son is 10. I went into his school there last week and brought in my record player and records. They'd never seen it before. They'd never seen it before.
Well,
But it
what
was
about
fit-
the photo I saw online? It was a kid that just bought an old used car, and the cassette deck was there, and he thought it was a phone charger. He goes, "Why isn't this phone working? Why isn't this phone
I
charger?"
know it doesn't. There's a whole, but we've come to accept how music has become very disposable. So I wanted to make something that you'll miss it if you lose that.
We'll talk more about this a little bit later. We got to get going here, but you'll
Yep.
stick around. We'll still talk. Don't forget tonight at Chalmers United Church, Sean McCann. It's going to be a lovin'. He's a beautiful human being.
It's all about love.
Yep.
All we need.